There will be critics everywhere who would want to pull you down, but then you have to carry on unnerved and try to do as much as you can and leave the rest to the Almighty. So that, hard work never goes waste, as I mentioned. So when the time is right, you'll get what you deserve. But until the time is not there, whatever hard work you do or whatever effort you put in, you'll get it, but only when the time is right. You'll have to patiently wait for the right time.
Hello, friends. By the mercy of Almighty and good willingness, we are moving ahead in our constructive journey. Today, in the interview of Comspire, Communicate to Inspire, we have Achal Mogla, who is an author and avid reader by heart. At present, he is sharing his glory along with the Taj Mahal in Agra. He has released three of his books, with the latest one, Where Did I Goof Up in Life? Living Life Without Excuses, being released recently. You must read his books to get deeper into his immense poetic and literary skills through which he has shared his experiences with the readers. His first book, Salt and Pepper, has already touched many hearts with his romantic short stories. His second book, The Revival, is a book to enlighten the young minds. He has participated in over 50 different anthologies and continues doing so. Let's welcome Machal Mogla with whole of our hearts to inspire us with his successful journey. Hi, Achal,
Hi, Anupam. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
and thank you so much for accepting our invitation and helping us to inspire people by sharing our journey.
You're welcome.
So, Achal, though you have done BTech in Dairy Technology from SMC College of Dairy Science, how come you got interested in writing?
Writing is what inspired me. It started out with a platform known as Write India, which was launched by the Times of India about 3 years back. And Write India contest, they were looking out for writers from across the country. So I decided to give it a try and I started sending short stories. So that is how the journey started. And then there was this novel which I was reading, wherein there was a contest that out of the novel's character you have to write something insane. So my writing piece was selected among the all the entries that were sent for that particular competition. So that is what encouraged me, and then Write India gave me the platform to start writing. That
Mhm.
was my first connection with writing that started.
Wow. So, like, whether you started at that point only, or that was there, like, when you were a child, at that time also, that passion of writing or passionate about reading something like that was there.
Since childhood, I was passionate about reading, but this writing as a hobby or writing as a passion, it started out recently since the last 3 years. But that was also due to my schedule. I was not able to write much. But lately, since the lockdown started, I got more of inclination towards writing because since I was working from home and at the same time I used to have some spare time, so writing gave me motivation and helped me to de-stress myself.
So that's nice. Achal, when you did BTech in dairy technology, again you went for post graduation in management with a specialization in human resources. It really
Yeah.
shows that you are so passionate about everything and connecting with the people and share your experiences with them. Can you please share your journey from BTech to your management?
When I graduated from college, it was like any other college student. I had aspirations and I got my job in dairy industry and I was working there for 6 months. But then there was situation and circumstances which forced me to leave the dairy industry. There were riots in Ahmedabad where I was staying. So I switched over from that industry because I was in the ice cream industry. There were health issues also, so I switched over to recruitment, wherein my first job was in a BPO, where I learned what was teamwork all about, what is working, what is socializing, bonding with colleagues, how to handle teamwork. So gradually, as I started working and interacting with people over the years down the line, I realized that I love interacting with people, and that's what makes me more
Yes,
satisfied.
yes.
So that is how I thought of pursuing a post graduation degree in management. So that is what led me to a post graduation degree in management. I did it from Symbiosis Distance Learning along with my job.
Okay, from that journey, would you like to share something that you still remember, the most memorable thing from that moment?
Life is basically it's not easy. It's full of hardships. So one thing I would like to advise to today's young generation is don't take things easy. Hard
Mm-hmm.
work always pays, and persistent pays in the long run. And always show gratitude to people who are there in your life. So these things are the important takeaways that I have, learned during my journey.
And Achal, the way I have connected with you, like kind of combination of 100 poets on just one stage. And there I met you and I found that how social you are. You have been sort of very friendly personality among the writers as you help everyone who comes with you. So what has helped you to be such kind of personality? I mean, who is behind this generous character of yours?
The credit goes to my parents, my mom and my dad. They are my strength, and my mom, she's no more, but then she still remains
Mm.
with us, continue to this day. And she was a very patient lady, and she
Yes.
always used to smile, keep smiling, whatever life used to throw at her. So this characteristics of helping people,
Hmm.
I have taken it from my parents. Uh, being helpful is something which has come naturally to me. Although in today's world, being extra good or being extra helpful is more of a harm rather than being beneficial. But
Hmm.
still, this stays with me, and I love helping people if I can, depending on what the situation is.
Yeah, I'm really very sorry to hear that. We do know that it's very difficult for a person to lose the closest person to your heart, and it actually seems like, as you said, that she is still there with you. So that really means a lot, and that's good that you have learned the patience from her. And
Yeah.
as you have been active on social media for quite long, we know about the issues people face on social media because of some fake accounts and fraudsters. So, will you please guide the young users of social media how they can be careful about them?
Social media is a platform which is very useful, but at the same time, it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
So, while using social media, one should be careful about what image one projects. So, especially today's youngsters, they want everything instantaneously. They want fame, they want success, they want money.
Yes.
So, they try to get to social media so that they want attention of maximum people. Getting attention is absolutely fine, but one has to remember that they have to be on the right path and use proper technology, use of technology in a proper way. That's all I can tell today's generation.
Yes, sir. So you are so right in saying that social media is not at the wrong, like it's not doing anything wrong. It's the kind of kids who have just approached this thing to get attention, and to get attention, they are doing anything that they wish to, or they enjoy doing that. So you have
Yeah.
mentioned your hobby as reading books, stating that they are lifeline for you. I would request you to talk about any three books that you have read with the message to transform lives.
Books, I since childhood I was a huge I was fond of reading books, and I have a huge collection of books. So it's very difficult to single out any three books, but still there are three books which I remember as of now. The first one is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Wow.
That's written by Robin Sharma,
Yes.
who's one of the best motivational leading authors. And his current book, which I'm reading, The 5 a.m. Club,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's one of the best sellers of all time. So these two books are there. Apart from that, there's one book, Tuesdays with Maury. That's the second book, and the third book is again it's a motivational book. Who Will Cry When You Die, again by Robin Sharma.
Yeah.
So basically, all these three books they convey the same message that
Yeah.
Tuesdays with Maury is it teaches you that life is a journey, and as you go along this journey, you should try to enjoy it, no matter
Yeah.
how hard the circumstances are. But you should always keep smiling, and never regret
Yeah.
what you have in life. So that is one thing. And who will cry with you when you die, and the monk who sold his Ferrari is all about leadership,
Yes.
how to go about, you know, doing
Hmm.
your work. There will be critics everywhere who would want to pull you down,
Yes.
but then you have to carry on unnerved and try to do as much as you can and leave the rest to the Almighty God, so that
Mhm.
hard work never goes waste, as I mentioned. So when the time is right, you'll get what you deserve. But until the time is not there, whatever hard work you do or whatever effort you put in, you'll get it, but only when the time is right. You'll have to patiently wait for the right time.
Yes. So once you took the name of 5 a.m. Club, you know that already you mentioned three books of Robin Sharma, which are one of the best books that anyone would have read. Actually, in 5 a.m. Club, there is one thing that he has stated, that we just have to promise ourselves that we have to do it. Like, I have to do it. And once you have promised and you start following it at least for 21 days, it's like your habit.
Yes.
So the way he has
And
explained all the 21 formula and the things, it's really amazing. It's a kind of a Bible for life, you can say.
yeah, it's helping everybody around the globe. And there's
Yeah.
one more thing. Uh, as per a research, as per Robin Sharma, the willpower of a person, if you want to form a habit, it
Hmm.
usually takes around 21 days.
Yeah.
But then if you decide to acquire something new habit, you should
Hmm.
have the willpower. So
Yeah.
that willpower, it takes approximately 66 days
Yeah.
to, you decide you want to do something and you start doing it. So that method of starting doing, it takes about 66 days, and then it takes about 21 days to actually form a habit. So I mean, it's the world needs more of
Yes.
motivation, and in spite of so many drawbacks and negativity, this is what keeps all of us going.
Yes. So true. Achal, you also mentioned that you love to watch a lot of movies, and there are different sorts of movies that people watch and enjoy. Like, I enjoy watching some light-hearted movies or movie with a message. Please tell us about your specific interest in movies. What is the best thing about movies that you like?
Movies. There was a time when I used to, when I used to watch a lot of movies, because as per my schedule. But nowadays I hardly get time. But still, movies are close to my heart, and there is some movies which I think everybody should watch. For example, in the new movies, you have Three Idiots, which showed about the education system that is being followed overall. So it tells you not to be competitors, but to acquire knowledge in the real sense, so that knowledge stays with you for long. That's a very good message given by the Three Idiots movie. Another movie is, there's so many good movies. For example, Dil Chahta Hai, that was a movie about friendship bonding. Though that is one of the movies which connects with you, telling you that life is all about friendship and
Hmm.
what friends mean for any person. And then there are so many movies. For example, you have Guru, which talks about utilizing your business skills or utilizing your practical knowledge to
Yes.
build an empire, and what goes in, for example, building up of an empire.
Hmm.
So movies are such that they leave you with messages. It depends upon the viewer how to take it and whether he
Hmm.
wants to extract any message or not. So this is in a nutshell.
Great. So you have already summarized that why people watch movies, and kind of movies like Guru and really inspire people to do something like them. Now let's go back to our writing thing, like your writing profile. As you are known to majority of us as a brilliant writer and motivator. You also have created various communities to bring the poets and writers on one profile. Will you please tell a little about your writers associations, the platforms that you have created?
As such, I'm active on social media, but I mean, I usually connect with different writers. But as such, I have not created a uniform platform. But yeah, I am in connection with the writers, and people who follow me, they also write. So I keep in touch with them, and there are various platforms wherein they ask for writers to submit their writings. And also I encourage all the writers to keep on looking out for such platforms. For example, there was an anthology by competition by the Oxford bookstores in
Hmm.
Calcutta, wherein they we were asked to write a book about the new normal. There was a poem we had to submit, the new normal. So I wrote a poem, the new normal, which was selected for being a part of the book, which will be published soon. So there are such platforms. Then depends on your taste of a writer actually. So my purpose is I love to write. Since I have
Yeah.
started, I now love to write, and I try to interact with people who are of the same like mind, and we try to share with each other the opportunities that writing provides as a platform.
Brilliant. And actually, you have already published your three books. Among them, one is the motivational book, and then a collection of short stories, and then one book that was to motivate the young minds. So, in all those books that you have written, or the anthologies that you have published till now, where do you get your ideas from?
See, ideas is as I mentioned, the Write India platform, it encouraged me to started writing, and now since I have started writing and moved towards poetry, writing poetry gives me a sense of relief and a sense of calmness, or even writing prose or books for matter. Since writing books, it involves a whole lot of a time. So because I'm currently pursuing my academics also,
Yeah.
so I have put it on hold currently. But poetry, whenever I get time, I tend to jot down a few lines. So that usually comes in from the experiences that I have in my day-to-day life, or the experiences that I had in my past, or how people interact in everyday day-to-day life, or what people's aspirations are, or in today's world, how much stress is, how much anxiety is, or how
Yeah.
much motivation is, or how much,
Mm-hmm.
what are the needs and wants of the people. So these everyday things, small things, they this thoughts keep on coming to me, just, and I try to pen them down. Whatever I feel, I pen them down. I write my feelings, whatever I feel. So luckily, by the grace of God, poetry.
You are able to
So,
express your emotions in beautiful words. That's great. But when we keep on writing, like few of the writers, even sometimes I do feel like writer's block or reader's block. So do you ever come into that phase where you feel that you have got the reader's block or writer's block?
you mean to say a writer getting stuck somewhere?
Yes, yes. Like you don't
You,
get
you're not
ideas
able to
at.
write. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I've heard about writers facing this, problem, writer's block. Yeah, it happens. It tends to happen. But with me, as of now, since I've not ventured more of into writing books at the moment. So at the moment, I have not, experienced that luckily. But
Great.
yeah, it's a problem that usually happens with writers. But what I would like to suggest is, although I've not written much, but at that point of time, if somebody faces like that, so
Hmm.
I suggest they should take a break apart from writing, so that would help them getting regenerated and coming back stronger.
Few like emerging poets are there, young minds, as you said. When they start writing, any suggestions you would like to give it to them? Like how can they come up on the stage and then be more confident without getting affected by the critics?
The only thing I would like to say is it requires a lot of a courage to even write down something, even if it is a few lines or a paragraph or a book. It requires a lot of courage. So, to all the people who want to start writing, or thinking of starting to write, they should just muster up the courage and write. They should not think about what would people say, because people would anyways say. Even if you write, and then we have so many poets like Chetan Bhagat, Preeti
Yeah.
Shenoy,
Mm-hmm.
we have so many poets. We have Ravi Subramaniam. All these people, they started out, they were never into writing, but they
Hmm.
started out and then they made writing as their career.
Hmm.
So there would be a lot of criticism, but you have to take that criticism positively and learn to accept it.
Hmm.
It's difficult, but it is not more difficult than writing. Writing is like giving birth to a baby, and once you mentioned how about writing the first book, so it is more
Hmm.
like when your first book is out, so it is like delivering a baby.
Yeah.
So it is like all the hard work and all. So once
Yeah.
that once a woman becomes a mother, so that experience is altogether different. The
Yeah.
joy is eternal.
Hmm.
Similarly, when as an author you publish your first book and you see your name on the cover of the book,
So
so
true.
that's the
Yeah.
joy is unlimited. That's
Actually,
all I think.
why I asked this question, I myself was known as a kind of poetess when I was in seventh grade. But later
Okay.
on, like it was not respected in my family. It was said that what are you going to do while writing just poems? Like people like Surikant Tripathi Nirala or Madhavi Verma, what did they
Mhm.
do? It is not taking you anywhere, and that somehow demoralized me, and I stopped writing. But so when I was in 10th, then only my father published a book. I am talking about this thing that people get demotivated either when you are criticized or when you don't get that sort of attention what you seek for. But what about when people are not getting that attention? Like I learned it after a long time. What kind of suggestion you will give it to those kind of young mind who seek attention while they start writing?
Fortunately, that period was different. Like when people did not take writing seriously.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, with the passage of time and years going by, now people are taking writing seriously as a career. So there are so many platforms wherein even if you write small, or if you write less, or if you write
Hmm.
limited, or if you write poems for matter
Hmm.
where nobody knows you, it
Hmm.
doesn't matter. As long as you write yourself with a pure heart and you know what you're writing, then that itself is, you will slowly but gradually gather the audience. It can be either on social media, or it can be find a publisher who will understand your thoughts as a writer, and then slowly your book will be
Yeah.
finally published.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
is what I would suggest, is that criticism comes and people don't take writing seriously. Still, there is quite a lot of people who don't take writing seriously, or it is seen as a
Yeah.
derogatory
Mm-hmm.
profession maybe, or a hobby. But you don't need to worry about it, or one does not need to worry about it, because eventually there are many people who appreciate this talent also
Yeah.
today. So that's all I can say. I mean, this is my
Yeah, that's
basic
great
advice.
advice. I guess that all the people who are listening to you will be able to take up this thing what you have stated right now. Achal, you mentioned about already three books that you like of Robin Sharma. So my next question was to ask you who is your ideal writer or poet. So for writer, we do understand. I am just guessing that it is Robin Sharma. Can you please tell about your favorite poet that you love to read, and what is the speciality of that poet?
See, in terms of readers, if you talk about the author, Robin Sharma is one of my favorite, and there are so many. For example, if you talk about fiction, we have Preeti Shinoy, we have Chetan
Yeah.
Bhagat, And in terms of poet, I'm not much into reading poetry. I mean, I love reading poetry,
Mhm.
but in terms of the poets and all, there's one person who, since I've started reading poetry, so all of us know about him. He's a very respectable person in the industry.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm talking about Gulzar sir.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
his words are amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
and the way he puts words into
Yes.
poetry and the flow which comes out is amazing. So I've started reading poems recently. So that is one
Hmm.
gentleman whom I admire a lot,
Yeah.
because his words are throughout as we grew up, even in movies and all, the songs and all, the lyrics and all which were written.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is my choice. But then there are so many good Hindi writers also. But I'm not, because of my lack of time, I don't get time to read so much. But if you ask, I've started reading poems by Gulzar and all, because on my Instagram social handle also, I'm following his account. So that is one thing I would like to say.
Great. Okay, Achal. When we talk about poets and writers, already we discussed about critics and how to like handle the critics or go ahead with that. There are points like some people who start writing in the young stage. Talking about because I am a teacher, and when I see a few of the students who start writing, because not everyone is a kind of writer or poet in a class. So when they start writing, people start making fun of that child or that person. Oh, look, she's writing poems, look, she is so isolated fellow. So what's your take in that, like how that child should take it constructively and keep on doing that job?
The only thing I would like to say is, I mean, every child is special. So every child has during childhood, he has a variety of hobbies, and out of that, he might want to pursue one specific hobby when he grows up. So that initial inclination, he may start to write. It depends on him when he grows up. He wants to take it as a hobby or a career or not. But when he starts writing, it is a suggestion only that, as parents or as society or as teachers, we should all accept when
Hmm.
a child starts to write, his personality is different, his mode of thinking is different. So we
Yes.
should all respect that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, as teachers
Acknowledge
and
that.
parents or as a society, we should not
Yeah.
make fun of
Hmm.
any hobby that is started out by children, be it writing or be
Hmm.
it drawing or be it painting. For example, arts also in today's society,
Hmm.
it has gradually grown, and today it is a respectable,
Yeah. Yes.
profession. And for example, music
Hmm.
has a huge respect in today's society.
Hmm.
And similarly, writing also, the concept has changed and the thought process has evolved and matured. Any child who starts to write should be encouraged and by the parents and teachers, because no work is small or no
Yeah.
hobby is small. So that is what I can
Right.
just say about rest. It depends on what the upbringing is, how the parents have themselves been bought and all during their times when they were children. But overall things are changing now slowly, so it's a good thing for anybody and everybody who wants to take up writing as a hobby or maybe even as a career.
Hmm. You're right here, and stating that people need to respect all the kind of hobbies what children take. That's a good point, and really parents must go through this and respect their child's hobbies or interest. And Achal, you too, like as you said that how you have transformed or how you have taken one thing and then moved to the other from BTech to management. So you might have seen different phases in your life here, and the success that you have achieved right now, it's never served in a play. You need to put your heart, body, and soul to get that. You yourself stated that now. So I would request you to share any of the difficult phases in your life and how you came out of that.
In terms of phases were many, but because of the support of my parents and by the grace of the Almighty, when I started out my PhD, I never thought that I would do my PhD, for example. So that itself was one of the challenges. But with everything, going fine, I would just encourage that, life throws a set of different challenges every time, but you just have to remain motivated and
Hmm.
go along. It can be anything for every person. It can be different for different person.
Yeah.
Maybe for a child, as simple as learning how to ride a bicycle, or
Mhm.
for a grown up, how to start a new job, moving from one city to another. Because I shifted my base from Ahmedabad to Agra, so that was a whole new experience for me, and there was a 360-degree change in terms of the culture and the people. So that was one of the phases where I had to readjust and again start my journey. So
Yeah.
that is one of the phases which grace of
Cope
God
up
and
with
my
and move
parents
ahead.
support and my family is able to overcome.
So that's great. You have already shared about your journey right now, that how you overcame your fears and moved ahead. At the end, I would request you to share something for all our listeners who are still scared to express their feelings in writing. Please leave some specific learnings from the journey of yours as an author.
There are just three learnings that I would advise to all the budding writers out there, or anybody for that matter who wants to pursue what they believe they would do well in life. First is believe in yourself and do what you love. Second is be positive and don't let negative people come around you and spread all the negativity.
Yes,
And
that's
third,
also.
be patient, because when the time comes, everything will be right for you. And when God creates a way, where there is a will, there's a way. So these three things I would like to sum it up for anybody who wants to do anything differently, be it writing as a hobby or any other profession or a hobby.
Great. Yes, I hope that people listening there will follow your instructions and say that tips that you have given to live the life successfully or happily. So stay in touch with positivity, get rid of negativity,
Yeah,
and be
and
patient.
the biggest thing is the support of your parents. In my case, the support of my parents, my brother, my family. So everybody was there. So your family being there makes all the difference. So that is what I would advise to all the youngsters: believe in yourself and have faith in your parents and the Almighty and
Okay.
your family.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Achal, for accepting this invitation at the end
Thank you
once
so
again.
much. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.